Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So Michigan just defeated Northwestern 33-7. Now this game, I was just ready for us to get it over with. Honestly, I'm glad we took care of business. First half was a little closer than it wanted to. Sanders still fumbled when we were in the red zone. He fumbled on third down. So we go into half 10-7. We're like, okay, is this maybe a trap game? Second half, we just ran the ball down their throat. Hassan, Blake, JJ getting yards in the run game, ball game. End up winning 33-7. So with that being said, the takeaways from this game, and there aren't that many. Defense played well except for one mistake. DJ Turner played very well on defense. Aiden, the usual suspects. Josh Ross out there making big hits and everything. But the takeaway is, how far can Cade take this team? That's the takeaway from this game. Cade missed throws downfield. Now, you could say it was rust or whatever, but he's done it most of the year, so I can't say it's rust. And Joel Klatt was saying this a lot during the game. Cade's ball placement is not good when it's 20 yards or further. He's leading them upfield when he should be leading the receiver inside. Let's say you're running a post and you've got inside position. The ball should be placed further inside so you can you can create more separation getting the ball. You've got the receiver on your outside shoulder, so he can't really make a play on that if the ball is thrown well. And he just didn't do it. He did it to Cornelius once. He did it to Schoonmaker, I want to say, on another play. And you just can't do that. You have to learn to put that ball placement where it needs to be. And he's just not doing it. And later on in the game, I want to say he just made some bad reads. So, yeah, we dominated Northwestern, but from what I saw from Cade, it's troubling. Everybody else played pretty much well, from the offensive line, the running backs. Donovan Edwards fumbled, but he's young. He ain't barely gonna play in big time. But I mean, that'll happen. Everybody else played well besides Sanders still in the fumble, Edwards in the fumble. Everybody else seemed to play pretty well. Now, the thing that everybody is wondering and talking about is the upside of JJ. Is that what we need to get us where we want to be? And that's beating Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State. Because, yeah, Cade has leadership. And every time we seem to make the game gets close, he leads a good drive. The problem is, and this is the other problem, when we get in the red zone, I think Cade has probably 5 or 6 passing touchdowns. And none of them are. Once we get to the 10 going in, we're in the red zone. Once we're in the 10 going in, we're scared. They're scared to throw the ball in the end zone. And I was, Joel Klatt. He's always giving his analysis, and he's good. But when we do these, when we get in the red zone from the 10 on in, Joel Klatt was saying, "Oh, we don't have that number one receiver." We have receivers; they're not even trying it. Like, that's my thing. You can have one big time receiver; you can just throw it up to a fade or whatever, But you could also spread it out, run slants, run corner routes. We're not trying none of that stuff. We get in the red zone. We're scared to let this dude throw in the end zone. So that ain't on no big time receiver. That's on you scared to let Cade make decisions in the red zone. So that's troubling because 20-20, he's dinking and dunking. He's pretty good at it. Besides making a bad decision here or there, but as far as the deep passes and red zone passing, they just don't. The deep passes, they're giving them chances to make them, He's just missing them. Now, the red zone, they just show that they don't trust him in the red, now if we're 20 going in, they'll let him throw a pass in the end zone, like a comeback or just a jump ball. They'll give him that chance. But the 10 going in, they not letting him read that field, try to read the field to make a throw in the end zone. They're just not doing it. And that's troubling because kicking field goals will get you beat. Kicking field goals will get us beat. So the thing is, JJ, we saw what JJ is quick, can pick up yards with his legs, and the ball explodes off his arm, and the placement of his balls, of his passes, even on short passes, it's good. It's there. Deep outs, he's putting it there. And so the thing that Clapp was saying, and that's just what our season is going to be, is who do you take the game manager, consistency, you know what he's going to bring to the table, and the intangibles of Cade, or do you take the young dude who may have the same intangibles if you give him a chance, and he's mobile with a better arm? Which do you want to take? And from what it's looking like, our season is going to boil down to this decision. And I'd hate to be the one to have to make this decision, because Cade may hold us back. You may put JJ in and he's not ready and he has 2-3 picks. But it's looking like that's what our season is going to boil down to when we in these bigger games. Because in a game like this, he can make those mistakes. Like, Cade didn't play well in this game, and we still won it. What was he? 20 of 27 for 129 yards. That just ain't gonna cut it against against better teams. It's just not gonna cut it. And I can't say it's Gaddis, because Gaddis schemed up plays for him to get downfield. He just missed them. So that's the question. And I ain't got the answer. I'm glad I don't have to make this decision, because it could be a lose-lose, or it could be a win-win. We don't know. Now, being the optimist, I want to say hopefully Cade gets it like Jake Rudock, when it just clicked and all of a sudden he was making those deep throws and he was on point. But from me, I like to go on what I've seen. And for me, watching him so much, I'm not sure that he's just going to get it. Now, I want to be optimistic and hope he does, but, it is what it is. So that's the big question. And we're not the only team that's had to make these decisions. We had Oklahoma this year with Spencer Rattler and the new kid. I'm not sure what's his name. He came in, he balled out. Now they struggling today and they might lose today. So there you go. You take the starter, you put in the kid. He plays well a couple games. Now they looking like they might lose. And they saying he's making the same mistake that Spencer Rattler was making. Or you could have the other scenario, Clemson, Kelly Bryant, Trevor Lawrence. You take Kelly Bryant out, Trevor Lawrence gets in, uplift the team, and they never look back. Championships. Or Bama. Now, the Bama situation, when Nick Saban pulled Jalen Hurts and put Tua Louis in, Tua, whatever his last name is, they put him in and they won the championship. So that's honestly the situation I think that Harbaugh is going to wait for. Not saying a championship game, but saying that it's going to be a game in which Cade isn't looking that good and it's getting close to us losing, and then he puts JJ in. I think that's the situation that he's going to wait for to make that call. And he's just hoping that the team plays good enough so he don't have to make that decision, or Cade does. Because it's tough. And Harbaugh rides with his starter. When he picks a starter, he usually rides with him. So it's just going to have to be Cade's going to have to be holding the offense back in the game, and we're about to lose, and then he's like, okay, JJ. So that's the rant on that. I mean, honestly, today I would have put JJ, once the score was 24-7, I would have put JJ in and let him throw to see what he's got when the game is kind of meaningful, but it's not. Like, once we got up 24-7, we weren't losing that game. So I would have just let him go out there, throw, and let him throw it. Really let him throw it. Not, okay, we're going to protect you. No, let's see what he's got. They ain't coming back. Let's see what he's got. Let him throw it. But that's just me. So, besides that, the team played well. I know that was a long little rant about the quarterbacks, but that's what our season is going to come down to, because you can't blame the receivers. We have receivers that are fast and can make plays. We have running backs that are bell cow. We got the fast, speedy dude. Offensive line has played pretty well this year. So as far as the offense, that's just what it is. From what we're seeing and from watching the film breakdowns, all that, Cade's holding them back. It ain't Gaddis. It ain't Gaddis. Cade is limited in some of the things he does. But the team played well. The team played well. Like, besides Cade, everybody else played good. So I ain't really got much to say about everything else. You know, Cornelius blocked the punt, looked great blocking that punt. Big play. DJ Turner did a pick that I've never almost seen somebody tipping it to themselves. Something you would do in the backyard. Comes up with a big pick. Aiden being Aiden, getting sacks, got a fumble recovery, just being disruptive, balling out, being a leader. Great job. Josh Ross making big hits. The tight ends had a few catches, but he missed. The receivers didn't get to do much because Cade just didn't look good today, y'all. It really troubled me that he looked like that coming out of the bye week. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. We saw a lot of those reverses and a lot of eye candy stuff that I think is setting up things for Michigan State, because you bring that jet sweep. We saw a lot of reverses and jet sweeps, and that's just setting up plays, because we gave it to him like every time. We didn't see him fake it to him. So I wouldn't be surprised next week to see them do that same stuff, but instead of give it to him, they just fake it to him. They fake it, drop back, hopefully somebody's out of position, and you can go downfield with it. But yeah, we had the defense had two busted coverage. Had a busted coverage like on the first play. They had another one on I think it was 3rd and like 2 or something like that. It was the play Nebraska did where they fake like it's a run, and then you got a guy leaking to the outside, then you got a tight end leaking upfield on like a go route almost, and nobody went with him. We just got lucky. The Northwestern quarterback, he didn't see him, or he didn't have enough time to get it to him. But that was a busted coverage. Besides that, screens, we need help on the. Got to do better on the screens, but for the most part, defense played pretty good. Now, what would you say? The running backs, we ran for about 300 yards between Haskins, Corum, and JJ. So that's all I really got for this one, y'all. It's just, for me, this game was it was just troubling to see Cade struggle, and he was struggling today. And you saw it. They left him in. Like, the game was over. It was 33-7, and they still were bringing him in and JJ in. If by the fourth quarter we up 20-something and he ain't gotten a rhythm, well, you just ain't finna get in no rhythm. Sit him down and you let JJ come in and see if JJ can get in the rhythm, because we might need JJ. Like, that's just what it's coming down to. I've seen this before, and I hate it from Harbaugh. You want to get these dudes. I've seen him do it before. We saw it, 2018, I want to say, with Shea. Shea Shea hadn't played well. Then we blow out Indiana, and he leaves him in like all game. We're blowing him out, and he leaves him in so he can fluff up his numbers and try to get his confidence. And he did it against Michigan State. It doesn't really translate that much to me, because you getting yards on a defeated team. So I just like to just sit him down. He ain't got in the rhythm yet. He ain't gonna get in no rhythm. And then you just running the plays that he can execute, those little out routes. He can do that. That's the only thing he did good today. So get him out, let JJ in, and you run the same plays that Cade wasn't, the throws that Cade wasn't making. You let JJ try to make them and see if he can make them. And if he's making them, then you might need to go on and make a switch. I'm just gonna be real. I'm just gonna be real about that. I would have pulled him 24 when it was 24-7. I'm taking him. I would have set Cade down. All right, you had your chance. You didn't do it. Good job. We won. All right, JJ. And I'm calling some of them same plays that I called for Cade to see if he can make those throws. And if he does, you got a tough decision to make. But if you want to make the most out of the team, that's what it's about, right? The team. Then you just got to make that decision. I mean, it is what it is. And I ain't bashed really Cade all year, but when I see what I saw today, it's troubling with our biggest game still on the slate. So, and this isn't saying that we can't beat some of those teams with Cade, but OSU, probably not. Not like that. Now, Penn State is struggling with Illinois today, so we might be able to we probably can beat them with Cade, maybe even with this same game plan. And Michigan State, maybe. I don't know. Like, I believe we can beat them with Cade, because he probably won't play as bad as today, hopefully. But OSU, I don't think so, because he just misses too many deep throws. Now, that's my rant on that, y'all. And the only reason I'm ranting on it is because our biggest game so far this season is coming up next week. So that's all. It's time to get serious about it, you know. So I'll probably make a Michigan State video probably tomorrow, because I want to really get into that. So that's all I got for this one, y'all. Played well, except Cade. That's the only person I can say didn't really play well, besides Sanders still dropping, fumbling the ball, and Edwards fumbling the ball. But everybody else played well on the team. So that's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.